As the firefight continues, there are many things to consider to curb the threat of even more devastation.
Yeah, crews are now working to protect power lines. KCAL's Dillon Thomas is live in North Hollywood to explain how they're doing it. Dillon.
You know, Leslie, battling these fires is a community effort, and that community effort now expands outside of the LA region. There are people from the western half of the United States making their way here to help. And while many of those are first responders, there's actually a team of power workers who are coming, working on power poles just like this one to make sure they don't fall during the time of fire. On the side of the 405 freeway in Bel Air, dozens of employees from Pacific Gas and Electric are working to get ahead of the Palisade fire.
Yeah, we're way ahead from the fire.
These crews have driven hours from their homes to help Los Angeles protect their power grid.
Our job as SIPT is to try and get out along the fire's edge or out in front of where the fire may go.
One at a time, PG&E teams work to clear the overgrown vegetation that has consumed the ground around each pole. With tools like this Rhino and chainsaws, the crews clear at least 2 feet around the base of each power pole and remove any other shrubbery that comes close to touching them. And then, the fun part. Spraying each pole
As high up as I can without hitting any of the equipment.
And the area around it with fire retardant.
It's the same thing that comes out of air tankers.
That way, if or when fire does make it this way, we don't have to worry about embers or anything catching it.
Though the flames may be at a distance,
it's very important to the community.
Important work that isn't easy.
Is it back-breaking? Is it difficult? Is it sloppy? Is it messy?
Well, it can be all. It's all the above, but it's also gratifying work.
These crews are doing work today so that if the fire continues to spread, first responders and the community will have one less thing to worry about.
I enjoy this type of work, even though I'm covered in retardant. It's fun. It's cool to see that what we do actually pays off. The power stays on. First responders get to do what they need to do. At the end of the day, more or less, everyone's happy. It's rewarding. You get a sense of accomplishment. We did something today. We did our part.
So here's the thing, PG&E tells us from their experience, this work right here is really successful. 92% of poles that have this treatment that are in fire zones end up being completely safe from those fires and standing. You might be wondering, why does that matter? It can be costly to replace these. Those of these poles that are right here along roadways can cost around $20,000 each to replace, and those that are further up in the mountains that have to be flown in by helicopter can cost more than $100,000 per pole to replace. Reporting in Bel Air, Dillon Thomas, KCAL News.
Some really good preventative work being done there, Dillon. Thank you. All right, let's get to your weather now. Meteorologist Olga Spina joining us with tracking these conditions because, of course, we are not in the clear yet.
Yeah, we're not.
We're kind of in that period of that